What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the We Do This Two Outdoors podcast. I'm your host, Courtney Williamson. I've got a super special guest on today, Miss Hannah Lee from Arizona. So I got her information from my boy Trey, as everybody on my podcast know who Trey is. He's my boy, the dreaded archer. She has a very interesting story that I think a lot of people will really like. Balancing mom life, balancing hunting life. So it's a real American story, I should say. Um, and I think you'll like it. So, Miss Hannah, for the people that don't know you, introduce yourself.
All right, I am Hannah. I just started this archery journey probably like a year and a half or so ago, and we're just starting to dip our toes in the whole hunting thing and but falling in love with every part of it. I mean, it really has just lit up my life. So, I was fortunate enough to be on Trey's podcast. I kind of started posting TikToks honestly probably 3 months ago, and that's how he found me. I shoot a lot in my bedroom, like at 10 yards, and so kind of gained some attraction. But all of it's still fairly new. I have my first javelina tag out here for this January, and I've been on 2 hunts for some mule deer this year or in December. And I mean, the first hunt I went on, I was just like, this is exactly what I want to be doing. Um,
That's all. That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, when Trey told me, well, I actually listened to the podcast, and he was like, she shoots in her house.
Yeah. Yes.
And I'm like, what? She shoots in her house. She's like, yeah, like she'll shoot through her bedroom, her bathroom, or wherever she can. And I'm like, my wife would have a hissy fit.
Listen, I don't know that I would recommend it. But I'm obsessed with shooting. I love it. I have 3 kids. So getting out and like I live in a townhome. So that's the other thing. I don't have a backyard. Um, Getting out to the range or the archery club that I shoot at is really not always in the cards for me. So, I mean, I did get a coach about like kind of right when I started all this. And he suggested even if you set the target up and you're 3 to 4 yards even just to, practice just the whole shot follow through and the feel for all of it. Anything's better than nothing. So I just set that. Randomly, it was raining. I set my target outside my patio and shot from my bathroom. And again, it's like 10 yards. It's not much, but I have noticed a significant difference in how my shot feels and the consistency of it. But yeah, no, I broke my window also doing it. I, yeah, yeah, I did. I shot that shit.
That's good though, because I tell people, especially like when me and Trey are on podcasts together, we get a lot of questions from new archers, like, "Hey, like, what's the best bow? What's this? What the best release, best this?" I'm like, dude, the best thing you can do once you find what bow you want, just put some
Just
arrows
shoot
down
it.
range,
Yeah.
keep shooting.
Yeah.
And I was like, and me personally, I'll tell people too, like when you start to get tired, put your bow up.
Well, that's exactly what I should have done when I shot my window, because that was just it. I shot, and like life was just getting to me anyway. So like I had hiked that morning. I went and shot at the range, and then I came home and I was like, oh, and I was doing it alive, by the way. So this is all in front of people. So
That's even better. That's awesome.
there was like I think there was like 200 people in that live at the time that I did this, and I've been practicing. I'm trying, well, and I do it now, but I was trying to learn how to shoot with both eyes open.
Yeah.
And I was doing good all week. However, I knew it. I was tired. I like should have put the bow down. So my first shot, I was aiming for the right side of my target. My left eye took over and I hit the middle of it. And I thought, I'm like, you need to stop. And of course I did not. So then I was aiming at the middle of the target. My left eye took over again. And that's when I hit
Yep.
I shot my window. Um, But yeah, no, that's and I've heard that for so long. Like I've had a bow for 10 years and it I was very inconsistent. Loved shooting it, so much fun. But like it would just be like there would be months that I'd shoot all the time and then I wouldn't pick it up for months and it was never anything just really consistent up until like I mean, we're probably going 2 years now. We're working on 2
Yeah,
years. Yeah.
I got you. Yeah, it's one of those things I tell people. It's not like people here in Kentucky will get 2 weeks of gun season. And a lot of people won't even pick their rifles up until like the day before to make sure their sights and still, it's not like a rifle. It's something that you have to consistently shoot
Yeah.
your bow, or when you take it back out and think you're good, you're not good.
You're not well, and even just like the subtle changes. We swapped out a sight right before my hunt, which was probably not, like not ideal.
Yeah.
I only had a short time to kind of get used to it, but I went to the Garmin and the pros and cons. It would have been a lot easier to hunt with. So we did it, and I mean, luckily that site is sweet. I love it.
Oh,
Um,
it better
but
be
even
for as
just
much as it
making that
costs.
adjustment right before the week of the hunt was a little kind of ballsy, but it worked out.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you'll see later. Well, maybe you won't, but some of the, I guess, the old school hunters, with all the new technology that are in bows now. Oh, you're cheating or you're
Yeah,
this. I'm
for
like,
sure.
man, get out of here. Like,
I definitely I think I made a post about it at one point and there was a lot of controversy kind of in there. But I gotta say, I mean, I feel like it just, work smarter, not harder, like it just
hey, I'm a big believer of work smarter, not harder. Like, if
yeah,
anything is going to help me more easily bring a deer or whatever I'm shooting to my table, I'm all for it.
right. I mean, and like so. Oh, sorry. I haven't really been in the situation of, once you're actually hunting and you actually draw back on an animal or whatever, like then you actually understand
Mm-hmm.
the whole you don't know until you know. So it was last weekend that I drew back on a buck at 32 yards and first of all, just holding the shot as long as I had to. Like I've heard people say practice holding it. I still didn't until that moment. I really didn't completely understand how long that could possibly, be. But even just I didn't have to let down to rearrange it or anything like that. Like it does make a huge difference.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Like, that's another thing I tell people, when somebody goes out to buy a new bow or whatever, like, don't buy something just because your buddy's got one,
Right.
because you might have to hold that thing back a lot longer than you think. And you might not be able to hold it back without sitting there,
Like shaking,
like
especially
shaking
like you
like
get
crazy.
your legs are shaking anyway, like you're nervous and then on top of it you're holding that bow back. I mean, and I don't hold like pull a lot of weight anyway. So I cannot even imagine some of these like men doing an 80, 90 pound bow having to hold it. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Me personally, I might get a lot of flack for this, but anybody that's shooting a freaking 80 to 90 pound bow, it's all an ego trip to me.
Ego thing. Yeah.
You don't need it. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's just like bragging rights in their little groups. Like, oh, I'm pulling back 80 pounds. Congratulations! Now, when you're sitting in a blind and you're sitting there freezing to death, and that big buck comes walking out, and all your limbs are cold and tight, and you're trying to get that 80 pound bow back, it's probably not going to happen for
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you. I'll shoot 65 pounds on all my bows simply because I've had a lot of shoulder issues throughout the
Yeah.
years. I used to be a baseball player.
Yeah.
So I've got a lot of shoulder issues. So 65 pounds is perfect for me. I'm shooting a Bowtech now, Proven 34. Absolutely love that bow. And I can literally hold that bow back as long as I need to.
So that's what I have to work on. And right now I'm at 45. The goal will be to move it up. But I need to practice holding it. I think I think he said I was holding it for like a minute. I thought I was going to die. Like, so I was like, I don't know how much longer I can do this, especially to like, if the shot was able to, like, I had the shot. I don't know if I would have even been able to do it at that point, but
For sure. What kind of boat do you shoot?
it's a Bowtech 2. It's the Ava Gen 3, and
Oh, okay.
I
Great boat.
love it. I love it.
Fantastic boat. Yes, fantastic boat.
It's my second one. Like the first one I have was old. It was very old, and it was a great bow. It was a Matthews, but it was like really outdated. So I got this over the summer, and I mean, what a game changer.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I own a Matthews as well. But their draw cycle on my shoulder is just, I mean, most of my Matthews I say I shoot 65 pounds on my boat. My Matthews is set at 55
Okay.
simply because of the draw cycle.
Yeah. Yeah, that was when I was looking at the Matthew. It was between the Matthews RS and this one, and that was what I noticed. It was just this. The Ava was a little bit smoother. The draw cycle was a little bit, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Good choice. Good choice. So what got you? I'm gonna go with the outdoors portion first. Like what drew you into the outdoors, and then we'll get into like what drew you into archery, or if they tie in together, you can go ahead and explain
Go
both.
and do both. Well, so I moved out to Arizona when I was like 21 or 22, and I had a friend take me out just shooting clay pigeons, and I was like, this is awesome. I've shot like a shotgun before, but for some reason this time it was different, and I ended up getting my Remington 870 not too long after that, and I was just obsessed with it. So hiking out here too, I just like being outside. I love being out in the woods, and I don't know, I just love shooting guns. Made me feel powerful, I guess. I don't know. And then it just, I think, so hunting's always been interesting. I didn't grow up hunting. I have cousins that hunt, but that's really it. Like, so it's not like my family does it. It just, I can't explain it. It just was interesting to me. And so I had some friends that like hunted and stuff, but it was, we did dove and squirrel and but nothing anything more than that. Um my ex-husband ended up getting me the bow for my birthday one year. And that was kind of the idea, to like get into all of um that stuff, which never really happened. I just kind of shot it for fun. That was the extent of that. And then 2 years ago, my a girlfriend of mine found this hike to hunt event, which is kind of like the tack stuff.
Yeah.
And she was like, "Why don't we go try it? See what it is. You just hike and you shoot 3D targets and whatever." So at that point I figured it was a good way to see if this is something that I really like and I can start throwing money into it, because I found it was very expensive.
Yeah.
um or maybe this was just something that, like, I picked up because my ex-husband wanted me to do it, or like whatever. I don't Which one was it? I wasn't really sure. So we didn't have a rangefinder. We had the bow and arrows, and that was it. So we had no idea what we were getting into at all. And honestly, it changed my life. Like, it was like that. Just, there's a picture of me too, and I honestly can say I don't think I've ever looked happier. Like, it was just awesome. You mean to tell me that I could just shoot some shit in the woods and you know I don't know, it set my soul on fire, like, for sure. And so once I got back there, I went into the archery club. Like, I had met the owner of that event, and he was so kind, totally making fun of the fact that I didn't have a rangefinder and I had no idea what the hell I was doing. But he's like, "I love it, come find me after you're done shooting." And he talked with me for like 40 minutes, and he's like, "People are going to tell you you need the best of the best, but I'm here to say, like, don't get the worst, don't get the best, get something in the middle." Like, pointed me in the right direction for just the rangefinder, sent me to AZ Archery Club. He's like, "Speak to Eddie. They're great with beginners, but also like women in the sport. He acknowledged the difference that women have in the sport. Like he's like, it's still a bit of a boys club, so just be mindful like of all that. And I also haven't really been in a space where I had a man acknowledge that part of it as well, you know. So it was just from that moment, it was just a completely different experience that I've had really throughout my entire life. So and from there, I went to the archery club and spoke to Eddie, and he hooked me up. And that was where I ended up meeting my coach. And from there, I just like dove into it. And I've met so many amazing people. I do a lot of the tournaments, like just for fun. That's kind of what I did all of last year. And now, but the goal has been to hunt. And that's where we're at now, is we're finally reached that point. And hopefully this year, we will have some successful hunts under my belt.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on getting started. For one, for two, I hope all your hunts turned out successful. But you will learn. I hope, like I said, I hope all your hunts are
Yeah.
100%. But
Well,
sometimes you'll get out there, you'll get a little frustrated. But just stick with it. It's
I've
part of the
gotten
journey.
I've gotten so lucky on these first ones too. The first one, we called in some deer and there was a mountain lion at
Oh, Lord.
50 yards. That was my first one. So then, like last weekend, the first day we were out there, within 10 minutes of us being out there, that was the buck that I drew back on. And then later that day, we found some deer, went to call them in, and found a mountain lion again. And it was like screaming at it was such a eerie experience. So those have been my two first. Like the next day though, didn't see shit on both of those. So I can see where it can get right now though. I feel very lucky. I haven't been successful, but I feel very lucky.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're in mountain lion country out there.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why, like, a lot of people make fun of me because they're like, see, Will, you're a big hunter, but you're scared. You're scared of the dark.
Yeah.
You can't swim, and I duck hunt.
I want a duck hunt.
Yeah, we'll get into that, but it's
Mhm.
you talking about expensive. But
Oh, that one's worse.
me, oh, it's duck hunting's way worse than archery. But we'll get into that. Trust me,
Okay.
I promise. But yeah, I'm scared of the dark. I can't swim as a duck hunter, and like early season, I do not usually hunt a lot because of snakes. Like I'm terrified of snakes, and people's like, "Bro, you're an outdoorsman and you're scared of everything out there." And I'm like, I got a gun in my hand a lot of times, or at
Yeah.
least on my hip, and I'm like, once daylight hits, I'm fine. But like my farm that I grew up on, this is what I tell people, and God honest truth, you can ask anybody in my family, my best friend, anybody. The farm that I grew up on is haunted. We've seen a lot of crazy stuff on that farm. I actually seen Bigfoot on that farm.
What?
Go back and look at my Halloween episode. I'll actually send it to you after we get off here. You'll probably be, if you need a good laugh for the night or for the week to get you to Monday, this is the episode for you. But we were coon hunting one night, me and my buddy. He's going to remain nameless because he still does not want me to mention his name. We were coon hunting. We had about 3 coons that night, and the dogs were out in front of us. This is before I had trackers on my dogs. I had my big spotlight on my hat. There's a creek that runs through. We were on my uncle's property before it sold, before he passed away. And there's like this little dip that goes up where we used to take our tractors and stuff across there. And I go across the creek and I look up, standing in front of me. This thing was at least 10, 11 foot tall. It had like mossy, like a green, like moss all over him, but his face looked like a dog, and he was turned sideways, and he barked at me like a dog
Nope.
would.
Nope. Gotta go.
And I had a 22 rifle in my hand, and so did my buddy. Well, I look back, he's gone. and it's about 200 yards from my mom's house. So we both dropped our rifles and took out. The only thing I had was a 9mm. I had a Glock 19, 15 rounds. It wasn't gonna do nothing but piss whatever it was off. And by the time we got back to my mom's house, my buddy's got asthma really, really bad. So he's like, I'm thinking he's gonna have he's like a panic attack. He's freaking out. Man, what the hell was that thing? So I go and tell my dad. He thinks we've been drinking, smoking something, whatever. But yeah, I've seen that. I've seen people with no heads walking around out there. Um, just
No,
just weird stuff,
we got to get out
So,
of there.
but eventually that farm is going to be mine. Eventually, when God forbid something happens to my mother, which I hope it doesn't. But everybody's got to go sometime.
Yeah.
But yeah, that farm it's haunted. So a lot of times when I go other places, like I just got back from Mississippi this weekend, hunting down there with some buddies, and they dropped me off in the pitch black dark, and I'm in a place that's unfamiliar to me.
Right.
I'm just sitting there, just like praying the whole time until the sun comes up.
Yeah.
Lord, I'm in a place I don't know where I'm at. Just so I just open the window and just watch the sun come up, basically. But once the sun come up, I'm cool. But before then, man, it's just I feel like the boogeyman is gonna come get me or something. I don't know. I just freak
Yeah.
out. But
Yeah.
it's getting a little better, I say, but I don't know. It's just I don't like the dark. But
Yeah, I don't really like the dark either. There's no way I'm going to be alone in it. That's for sure. That's for sure.
yeah, I went down there. I got invited, and I'm y'all already tagged out of Kentucky, so we're a $1 state here.
Oh, okay.
So my buddy invited me to Mississippi. You can kill 3 down there. So I was like, okay, we're gonna go down here and see what we can do. But it was hot. I mean, I'm literally sitting in this blind with a t-shirt on. That's how hot it was down there.
Yeah, that's
So I'm
how it was
just
this past weekend too for us.
like, man. And then Monday, the day that I left, it was like 25 degrees, but like 30-mile-an-hour winds. Like it just was not a good day either. But I had fun meeting everybody down there. Yeah, but that's my kind of got off subject a little bit, off topic. But
Well, we don't like the dark, we don't like snakes, and yet we are outdoorsy.
yeah, we're outdoorsy, and
And
people
we're
ask me all the
outdoorsy.
time, it's like, how in the world? Like, I don't know. I make it happen.
Listen, when you love something, you're going to do it anyway.
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
You don't
so
figure
getting into archery for your, first time, everything, starting out, like, what was the hardest part for you?
gosh, probably just doing it. I mean, showing ignorance was bliss, I think also, like just showing up not having any clue what we were doing, I think did help. Now hindsight, like knowing what I know now and then for me to go show up and do it like without
Yeah,
that would be different. So the ignorance part really did help. But I just think just keep like just keep showing up. Not like there's so much to learn with archery. And especially like the hunting side of it is complete there's even more, you know?
yeah,
Um, so I do think for me, like having the coach, because I'm someone that I'll like research, I'll watch a lot of videos, but there's so much information out there that you can definitely get lost in it. And so I think the coach kind of like helped at least direct some of it. Like, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're focusing on. Listen to what I'm saying. And then kind of, everything else can kind of you can come back to at a later time, like so that stuff helped. But yeah, I think just getting started was and just showing up, like shooting in front of people, shooting in these tournaments, like all of it has helped so much. But I have been fortunate enough to just my love for it has trumped any fear I've had around it.
yeah.
um so there hasn't been too much of that you know
Well, that's good.
yeah.
I tell a lot of people, the 3D world will get you pretty close, pretty ready to hunt. I mean, you still gotta, go out there and do your due diligence and practice and everything, but at least once that animal does cross your path, you know where to shoot them.
Yeah,
You know how to try to take the most ethical shot that you can instead of just slinging an arrow at it.
for sure.
But it's archery's all I tell people. Archery's all a mental game.
Yeah.
It's all mental, and if you can calm your nerves enough to make that pin stop moving, which is never going to all stop moving, but the steadier you can get that thing, man, the better, much better archer you're going to be.
I think that has been the coolest part about archery for me is just the way that I mean, it's almost like a meditation of some kind. Just the way that you have to like be in your body, quiet the mind. Like it's just, it's unlike something, I grew up playing sports, but I hadn't experienced something this, I guess, where, most of the sport, I played soccer, so I'm running into people, I'm chasing a ball. Like there's not really time for me to like be like, oh, maybe if we're doing penalty kicks or something. But like this is way different. This is way different. And I do enjoy that part of it too, where it's like the mental part of it.
Yeah,
It has helped other areas of my life, I feel like.
yeah, it will. Outdoors, man, it gives you kind of a mentality for other things in life. Patience and perseverance, and tell people it's not all about the harvest. It's everything that leads up to that harvest, and
Right.
once you do harvest that animal that you've been chasing, now you get to tell the story of everything that led up to it.
Right.
And that's always the fun part to me, especially during Christmas time, Thanksgiving time, when I walk in the door, there's a hunter. Did you catch anything? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
no, I
No.
didn't catch anything. But
Yeah.
I get to tell those stories to everybody, and even like-minded hunters, man. It's just they're all talking their stories, and like, hey, now I get to tell mine, and it's kind of one of those things that it kind of pumps your chest up a little bit, especially when you're the first one or the second one, even in your little group to harvest something, and everybody else hadn't harvested anything yet. You're just like, yeah, I did it first, kind of
Yeah.
bragging rights, but it's all in fun. There's
Well,
no,
for sure. Well, and you're proud. And I mean, it is all that work that you put into it, all that time, and even just the stuff that people don't see, whether you're just practicing in your bedroom or like, whatever. There's a lot more that goes into it than just that specific hunt, you know?
right.
And it just, when it all pans out, there's, you almost, it just feels so aligned. Like and I guess this is me speaking because I have not had this experience yet. I'm only purely imagining and then living through other people's stories, watching the videos, seeing how emotional people get, and like all of it. I mean, it just, um,
Uh-oh. You're good. You're good.
um, but yeah, let me hold on. Let me put on Do Not Disturb so my kids don't do some weird stuff. Okay, try that.
You're good. Yeah, you stopped there for a second. I was like, oh, what happened?
Yeah,
You're good. You're good.
they're all FaceTiming their friends right now, and it goes through my phone. So
I
yeah,
got
yeah.
it's all good. So, being a woman in a male dominated sport, like, have you had a moment that you ever felt so far, that you ever felt like underestimated or felt like you had to prove yourself just yet?
I feel like I always feel that way. Whether it's, I think I just operate in a place where I feel that I need to prove myself or something. But and overall, I feel that the men that have, I mean, because it's mostly men. There's not too many women that have influenced a lot of this stuff for me. It's like there's one other, well, there's two now. There's two other girls at this point that shoot with us, and um fortunately, most of the men that I've met have been more than helpful, more than like nice, and for the most part, I don't feel like they're competing, like, which is nice because let's be real. Um, but yeah, no. So I gotta say the most of this experience has been positive. I haven't had um what not what you would expect, I think.
Okay. So, hypothetically speaking, you meet another female that is looking to get into archery, but they're very mm, kind of on the fence about it, kind of nervous. Like, what advice would you give to them?
Um, Shoot, kind of on the fence about it. I would have to just say, just do it. My personality is you got to try it. You got to throw yourself into it. You're going to figure it out. I mean, and that was my whole hike to hunt experience. It was, I'm going to go throw myself into this. We're going to see, is this for me or was this just something that I enjoyed, but I did for somebody else, And that's sometimes the only way you're going to find out. And I mean, I found out, like, I needed and wanted to be. Did it cut
Okay.
out again?
Yeah, it did, but you're good. I heard everything you said.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
you're good.
yeah, but that's what I would just say. You have to try it and throw yourself into it. And like, I mean, my bow was not great or anything. I didn't have a whole investment into it. Like, I waited. I gave my goal was to have a new bow after the second hike to hunt. So that would have been a year. If I'm consistent, if I'm loving it, if it, I keep it all up, then I'll invest in the equipment. And I mean, I was shooting so much, and honestly, like at that point, the techno I was I couldn't grow with it anymore. So it was like a couple months before the hike to hunt, and I got this one, and I mean, that was a game changer for sure.
Yeah, that's
So, I
awesome.
mean, you just got to try it. But like, there's so many, I mean, at the archery clubs and stuff from my experience, and I'm sure this isn't always everybody's, but if you go in there asking questions and like, hey, you want to go into this, but you're not sure which route to go, I find it hard to believe that someone's not going to like kind of take you under their wing
Oh,
and
for
help you
sure.
out. The
The archery
archery community
community
is
is
amazing.
huge. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It has been awesome, and even like the 3D world. If you're shooting competition, like that side of archery, which a lot of people don't realize, like those
Yeah.
are some of the most like humble, most helping people. They will literally give you the shirt off their backs, and if they can't, they will go find somebody else's shirt to give you.
The amount of like, I mean, people that have been like, hey, here's this back stabilizer. This is going to help you. Here's this. This is going to help you. Like, people have been so giving and kind and helpful. And that's where I started was the 3D. Like, that is how we got here. But the 3D is what also led me to the people that I shoot with on a regular basis who are helping me with my hunt, I've met other people through these people. I mean, it really has just kind of aligned itself so beautifully. So that's the route I would go. I mean, because it works for me, going to the archery shop. And I just happened to find this coach too. He was like, you clearly look like you need help. So let me help you. And
Yeah,
but I was also willing to hear what anybody had to say. So, and I was very like at this point, I'm a mom of three. This was like I think it was a month before that hike to hunt. I had prayed that I wanted something for me. I wanted something to light me up. I've got three kids. I work. I have fun. I have friends. But like nothing that really lit me up. And then this hike to hunt thing happened, and it was like exactly what I prayed for. And I've just leaned in ever since.
yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that I can't stress enough. Like that archery community, it's so helpful because I mean I've been hunting for a long time, but I didn't pick up a bow until I was in college, and then
Yeah.
the guy that taught me, he's still out there bow hunting. and I kept learning more and more and more from people. And then my first total archery challenge I went to was in 22 in Belvedere, Tennessee, and I really didn't know what to expect because I just like going outside to shoot my bow in the backyard. No, I didn't
Yeah.
know anything about 3D,
Right.
uh, and I shot it, and it was awesome. I got hurt that day, but once I got out of that, I started buying, all these accessories to my bow. I bought a target bow. I bought like arrows. I kept
Yeah.
changing my setup. I kept
It's
like, yeah. I mean, it became an addiction at this
it
point.
is addicting for sure.
I'm like, this is crazy. I mean, there was always a Lancaster box at my house, like
Yeah.
coming every day because I would just change up stuff, and I'd see somebody with something I liked. I'd ask them why they had it on their bow, and they told me, and I'm like, okay, I might need that on my bow. It might not work for me, but I tried
Right.
it.
Yep.
But it's kind of trial and error thing. You can get real expensive with it if you want. Uh,
But you don't have
it got
to.
bad there for a while. You don't have to. You
You
don't.
don't have to. I mean, it is way fun to do the expensive stuff, but
It is. It is.
just like
Dig
anything else for the
it'll
most
dig in
part.
your pockets. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So expensive. Segue. Duck hunting.
Yes.
So if you've never been duck hunting, I suggest that you find somebody. I don't know how the duck hunting is in Arizona, but
I mean, I doubt we even have
y'all
duck
probably
hunting
don't
in
even have
Arizona.
ducks out there. I know y'all have. I know Oklahoma's close to y'all.
Yeah.
Kansas is close to y'all. Those two spots, Arkansas as well. Those three spots. Find
I just
somebody.
found out I was talking to my aunt today, so I'm originally from Indiana. Um
Lord, God bless your heart.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
What part? What part?
Oh, Fishers, Indiana.
Like
Just
middle? Is that like
yeah, Central
middle
Indiana.
Indiana, like central Indiana?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Is
I'll
that
give
okay?
I'll give you a little bit of leeway there.
Okay, but my aunt is from Vincennes, Indiana, so we're not far from you.
So Vincennes, Indiana. When I was 12 years old, I played in the Bambino World Series of baseball in Vincennes, Indiana, and I have hated that place ever since.
Of course. Of course. Of course.
But yeah, I've got a lot of family in Indiana. I like to mess with the Hoosiers. They're a big basketball state, just like Kentucky is. So we kind of and what their football team is doing right now, I don't understand it.
Can
I
you
don't.
believe that?
That's the biggest turnaround of it. Their
Well,
coach better get the high. He better be the highest paid coach in college football once this is over.
that game was insane. All of
Hmm.
them. All
Yeah,
of them are insane, but like holy shit.
I'm like, what?
Alabama?
Alabama? Like, I know Alabama's not the old
Right,
Nick Saban
it's not what they
Alabama,
used to be, but
but when
still.
you think of Indiana, you think of the movie Hoosiers. Everybody Hoosiers. Like you
Yeah.
think of basketball. You don't think they're. I mean, they're killing people in football. Right?
Oh my god, incredible.
So yeah,
Incredible. Well,
but
my
yeah,
I was talking to my aunt today and she had told me, I don't know what we were talking about, but she's like, "Oh, this friend of mine, he does duck hunts down here." And I was like, "How the hell have you never told me that?" And I was like, "That's what I've wanted to do for a long time. I want to do that and I want to bow fish. That's what it's called, right? Like
yes.
I
I
want
still haven't been bow fishing
I
yet. I
want
want to go.
that's I want to do that. I want to do that too. That sounds fun. But the duck hunt. So I do know somebody. Now that she knows that I'm interested in that, maybe she'll hook it up. Maybe I'll fly to Indiana. Good old Vincennes, your favorite
I'm
place.
telling you. So right now in Kentucky, we don't have that. We haven't had that big push of birds just yet. And my cousin just went up there 2 days ago and seen. I don't know how many he said he's seen. I had to look at the text message, but he's like, the birds are in Indiana right now. I said,
Well,
what?
let's see.
He's like, they're in Indiana right now. I said, well, okay. Um, but to get into duck hunting, I'm gonna tell you now. Once you do it, you're gonna have an archery section in your house, and if you have a basement, you're gonna have, decoys everywhere. You're gonna have waders, shotguns. I mean, you're gonna go all in.
All
It's
right.
one of those. it got bad for me because this is my third year ever duck hunting. First time I ever did it, I fell in love with it, and I'm telling you, I literally had to give away like I got a little shed out back with all my gear and stuff in it. It was getting so bad that I happened to look in there, and I had way more duck hunting stuff than I had anything. I love deer hunting, squirrels, basically whatever's in season, turkey hunting, whatever. But I had way more duck decoys, goose decoys, waders, wader bags, just like all these accessories. And I'm like, I don't need all this. So I ended up giving it to a guy at work. His son is wanting to get into it. He's like 16. I was like, dude, come to the house.
Take it.
And
Yeah.
I loaded his truck up. He's like, dude, did I owe you any money? No, take it. He's
Yep.
16 years old. He wants to get started. This is everything he needs to get started. All he needs is a shotgun now, you know.
Well,
But
that's awesome.
yeah, I mean, I do my due diligence. People hook me up with stuff. See, I'm one of those people. I don't know if you listen to any of my other podcasts, but I'm the cheapest person you'll ever meet in your life.
Yeah.
I don't pay for anything. I barter for stuff
Yeah.
that I don't need or don't use. I'll trade it off and get what I want. I don't
Yeah.
I don't pay full price for anything. I hate it. Like I'm
Yeah.
not paying $2,000 for a bow. Like I'm
Right.
not. So whatever I don't use, I'll find stuff in my house, in my safe. I'll have yard sales. I'll do what I need to do. Trade some chickens, cows, whatever I need to do. I'm
There
gonna
you
get.
go.
So it it cracks Trey up because anything like I get, I mean, how'd you get that? I was like, man, I got like $200 in this thing. How, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Sold this cow over here for it.
Yeah, don't worry about it. But yeah.
That's awesome.
So where are we at? So representation in the outdoors is huge for me personally because growing up, like I didn't think anybody that looked like me did what I did. I didn't think they had the passion that I had. I never seen it besides my dad and my uncle growing up. So like how big is representation for you as a woman?
Well, I mean, it's definitely with the social media and stuff. I mean, that has really helped all of it. Like, it really does make all of it look obtainable, I guess. Because now a lot of these women that I follow or see or represent women in the outdoors, they've grown up doing it.
Right.
Their fathers taught them, their brothers, their, all that stuff. I don't know too many women, or I don't have any women that are like, where do we have no, I have no fucking clue what I'm doing. Like, I have no experience. I have not, so that representation for me is different, like, cuz that's not my story. I didn't grow up doing it. So that part of it doesn't exist really. But there are women out there doing it. And like yeah, the social media giving access to us has helped a lot, for
Yeah.
sure.
Big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you wouldn't like growing up for me, like I said, I didn't think anybody else, that was black hunted or fished besides my dad and my uncle. Um, Even as I got older, I met a couple like older guys that like they rabbit hunted and stuff like that, which they grew up doing.
Yeah.
But once I started my platform, like I've met hundreds and hundreds of people that have basically the same story that I have, thinking they were the only person in their area to grow up doing that. And it's like, it's crazy how many people have the same exact story that I have
Yeah.
and just didn't know it until, social media is here now so you can find anything. So
Right.
it was kind of awesome to see us represented on these different platforms. Now, I would still like to see us more like on the big screen, on the big stage,
For
kind
sure.
of some of the TV shows or whatever, which I think is coming pretty soon. But
I
it's
think
just
it's coming too. I mean, even just like what you're doing now, what Trey's doing now, all of that stuff is leading into all of that, you know. And I think I feel the same way for women too.
absolutely,
It is growing. It's getting out there. We have so many people have so much more access to it, and I do think that with the more access, people are more open to it
Right.
too. You know,
Yeah.
um, it's not as closed off anymore, or at least what we felt was closed off. I guess maybe it wasn't closed off. We just, we didn't have representation for ourselves, so it felt like that. I don't know,
Hmm.
but it does. At least being in it, it does feel like there's room.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some big name women out there now, doing, from hunting to, Hannah Barron, what she's doing with the whole catfish,
That was one of the first ones that I started following for sure. Was her.
yeah, she's a beast, man. And her father, I met them at the NWTF this year, and her dad wasn't there. But Hannah, super nice lady. My son actually noticed who she was. I was like, Dad, that's
Yeah,
Hannah. And
yeah,
I went up to her, took a picture with her, like super nice. Everybody,
she's a
just about
beast.
everybody in the outdoor community is just, they're awesome.
Yeah,
If you ever get the chance to go to some of these shows and meet some of these celebrities, you'll realize that there's a lot of good people out there. There's a lot of assholes out there too, but
sure.
there's more good than bad. So
I agree. That's been at least my experience, that there's definitely the good has definitely outweighed the bad.
for sure. So what made you like start like sharing your story on like Instagram with the shooting the bows and everything? Like it was just something that you were bored at home. It was like, hey, I'm gonna record
Yes.
myself shooting and
Yeah, so like Instagram, I do post a lot on Instagram, but it's um not a whole lot of archery stuff. Like I build cornhole boards and make wooden signs and stuff, so I really used Instagram for like that kind of stuff.
yeah,
Um I had a TikTok, but it was really used for me to just, doom scroll in my bed, never really posting anything. But I randomly posted a video of me shooting one weekend, and it kind of like it didn't go viral, but it gained a lot of attraction quickly. So
right,
I was like, shit, let's do it again. Let's see what happens. And I ended up having one video go a little bit viral, and I started doing the lives every day, and that the lives increased my followers like by 50 every time I did it.
yeah,
And I was just live from my bedroom shooting my window. Um, you know, but
that's
yeah, so it was random. It was just me kind of bored at home, and was like, I'll post it, and and then I just fed it, is essentially what happened. And I was really consistent with it for a while. Went back for Thanksgiving. Holidays are just holidays, and I kind of haven't been posting nearly as much, but it's still like, I think it's still growing.
that's
Um, yeah.
were you surprised of like the support that you were like receiving like in those
Yes.
videos?
Yes.
I
It
bet it
is.
was
It's,
crazy.
it's so funny because you do like there's so much support. You get like in the live, I don't have really too many negative comments in the actual videos. In the lives though, there were a couple like there were a couple people that were blocking because I was like, they're just hateful.
Yeah, you get those.
You get those. Yeah, no, the comments were all like lots of support, lots of interest, mostly kind, lots of feedback. There's a lot of feedback on how I'm shooting, what I'm doing wrong. And I mean, I know it's all in good fun and people are just trying to help and stuff, but there like again, there's so much to learn with archery. So everyone has an opinion.
Yeah, I bet your DMs blew up too. I'd say people good and bad there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But
Yeah, they were some interesting ones, that's for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, I've
Um,
gotten some crazy, you know, direct messages before. Let's just keep it PG. But it's
we'll
like,
keep it PG for sure.
what in the world? Like
I mean,
these people are
yeah,
bold, man.
you can't make it up too. Like some of the stuff you're like, I don't know. So
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's cool though. And staying authentic, I tell people when they're, posting these Instagram and TikTok videos, just being yourself. Like, don't try to be anybody else. Just stay to your true self, and like people are going to follow you. And they're going, you'll blow up
I
So
think that is kind of so the beginning of it was hard just because of the whole cringy fact. Like you're posting, you're setting up your tripod, taking a video of yourself. For me, was hard. It was hard. But I did get like more and more comfortable with it. And but there was that part of it, like I don't want to be anything that I'm not, and I don't want to represent myself in any way that I'm not. I wouldn't out of like in real life because I feel like TikTok isn't real. I don't know why. Like Instagram's kind of my real life, TikTok's my fake life, which doesn't make sense because but I don't know. It just is this weird little like facade that I have. But um the being authentic thing I think is like the only way things are going to be maintainable for me. Otherwise like I can't keep it up. So it's been really cool. And I've been authentic and it's gotten a lot of support and that's encouraging too because I'm not having to pretend to be something I'm not,
for sure. Yep.
you know.
Yeah, just stick to doing you. Like if they like you, they like you. If they don't, they don't. Just keep it moving.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So moving forward for you, what are your end goals with this archery with the archery?
I mean, it's really just to dive into this hunting stuff. I which we are currently working on at this point. I don't have, as far as like the TikTok thing, I don't know. We'll just kind of keep doing what I'm doing and I don't want to force anything that's not again like not aligned or not maintainable, but so we'll kind of see where that stuff goes. But yeah, I just want to dive into the hunting. I love it. Like I mean, that first hunt that I went on, I texted my friend and I was like, this is exactly what I want to do and where I want to be. However it looks like that's, I want to learn everything about it. I want to do it as much as I can. I hope my kids can get into it someday. If not, I don't care. I want to still do it. So yeah, I don't know that I have any real like goals with it at this point because it's just still so new and I still
Yeah,
don't know enough, you know?
I understand. So speaking what you just spoke about, everything being so new, like the word success, what does that mean to you at this point in your archery journey?
Um, having my first harvest would be would be success.
Okay.
And so we got a javelina tag right now. So we'll go out on Sunday. I also have a deer tag and a mountain lion tag. I mean, the mountain lion thing I have been talking about forever. And I mean, I know those are really hard and
Yeah,
you're super lucky. The fact that I've seen two of them already is, I don't know, that would be pretty freaking awesome.
I'd be going out there with a rifle if I'm going mountain lion hunting. I
For
wouldn't be going
sure.
out there with my bow.
Someone's going to be there with a rifle for sure.
Woo, yeah. Yeah, good luck with that. I hope it all works out for you, though. For sure.
I'm sure it's going to work out however it's supposed to.
Yeah, that's cool though. So the deer tag, javelina, mountain lion. So those are your three right now.
Those are my three right now. Um, yeah, I had a deer tag in December, but nothing yet. And again, like it was like I'm happy to be there. Like I just like being out there anyway. So
Yeah, I understand that. So what's the terrain out there where you hunt in Arizona? Is it more like what you sounds like deserts, like on TV?
yeah, for sure. Now, if you go up north, it's more you got like pines and it's rocky. But I mean, it's all beautiful. Like we were in southern Arizona a couple weeks ago or last weekend, and yeah, I mean, we're using like a buggy to get around.
Yeah,
It's beautiful. Hiking in it though is, I mean,
a little difficult.
it's rough. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Again, that's what I love doing. I mean, if I don't have a bow with me, I'm still gonna hike, you know.
yeah, I got you.
But yeah,
Well, sounds like you going hiking. You gonna need a side piece too for
for
those,
sure.
those mountain lions just come out of nowhere. I couldn't imagine.
I have lived here since I was 21. I'm 37 now, and I've never encountered a mountain lion at all. And I hike a lot. And I hike a lot. I used to hike a lot by myself, but I don't do that so much anymore. But this is that, yeah, first two hunts, and we encountered a mountain lion.
That's nuts.
That's so nuts, right?
It is. Yeah, you've
And
been.
like hearing them like scream the because we didn't hear the first one and we didn't see the second one, we just heard the first one, but he switched the call to like a mountain lion in heat. So when that call would go off, then the mountain lion would scream.
Yeah,
It was eerie.
I bet it was. So here in the central part of Kentucky, we don't have any like mountain lions or anything. We got bobcats and foxes, coyotes, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But if you go to the eastern part of the state, that's where you start. The Appalachians mountains start right there.
Yeah.
They said they get sightings up there all the time.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to get drawn for an elk tag up there every year, but I still haven't got one. My buddy said every time that he's gotten drawn for an elk tag or going out there with some buddies, they've seen a mountain lion as well. So
Really?
yeah, so I'm just like, man, I'm kind of glad I didn't go with y'all.
Yeah. Because we're not doing mountain lions.
We're not doing mountain lions. But yeah, well, I want to thank you so much for hopping on my podcast. I know it's kind of been a little trial and error.
That's all.
Everything I've got going on in the family right now, but everything's good now and everything's
Yeah.
progressing.
Well, good. Good. I'm really glad to hear that.
I appreciate that. So if people want to, follow your story, follow your journey, watching you shoot in your house, where can they follow you?
So you can on TikTok, I believe, crap, what is it? At Hannah Lee, I believe it is. And then my Instagram is at Made by Hannah Lee. So and they might honestly both be at Made by Hannah Lee. I should know this,
I
but I
think I
don't.
follow you on Instagram. I don't think I follow you on TikTok just yet.
Yeah, the TikTok is strictly archery stuff. And that's where honestly I have more of a following. Instagram's kind of everything. I got a lot of kids stuff, a lot of mom stuff, whatever. So
I get
yeah,
that.
you can follow me on both those.
Sounds good. Well,
Yeah, thank you so much. This was awesome.
well, I'm glad. I hope it wasn't too awfully painful for you. So.
It was not at all. I enjoyed it. Give me a chance to talk about archery and I'm a happy girl.
Thank everybody that's been rocking with me since day one. I appreciate y'all. 2026, I've got a lot of different things coming up that you all will like. I got a lot of things that are about to get announced pretty soon that I'm pretty excited about. So, any last words for the listeners?
I don't think so. I just appreciate the time and, look forward to what's to come.
For sure. Well, you've got my Instagram. You've got my number. For anything that I can ever do for you, just let me know, and I'll do the best that I can. So
Awesome. Thank you so much.
no problem.
Happy,
All right, guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Merry Christmas.
Merry
All that good
Christmas.
stuff. So, all right, guys. Here it is. Big game, small game, all game. We do this too.